I'm on the Pennine Way for the second time with Mark, but we're only doing a week. In the downpour. You gotta watch where you're going. There's Mark. Approaching the A57 Snake Pass now, and I think we'll get as far as Bleaklow tonight, and that'll be about it. Just thinking, I came over this pass years ago when I picked my grandfather up and my mother, who had a holiday in Blackpool, and I decided to come back along this route, and we stopped in the lay-by just down towards the Snake Inn for a break. And I was thinking, my granddad was born in 1903. That's like 123 years ago. That's amazing, isn't it? Of course he's not alive now, nor's my mum, but I was just thinking about being with them and how nice that felt. There's an ice cream van at there. I'm going to have a can of pop. That's the Bleaklow Spring. Runs all year round, that does. Well, that was a great sunset, and amazingly you could see the mountains in Snowdonia from here. You could make out the peaks quite well. It's the first time I think I've really seen that from Bleaklow. So we've been blessed with such a great day today. Well, good evening. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the trip. So my son-in-law Mark, he's got a little bit of time off work and he's got 7 days available, and he said, let's go hiking, let's do something. So of course I was up for that, and we were prepared to do it no matter what the weather, even if it was terrible. And the weather forecast kind of was looking that way. But we've been lucky, it's now turning out to be good weather almost every day of the week, hopefully. And we thought, what route shall we do? And we sort of, a few things. I think we'd both like to have gone to Scotland, but logistically it's a lot easier to do something close to home. As Mark lives down in Cardiff, I live in Leicester. So he came up to mine, we got the train up to Edale, and of course we're going to finish, we've only got a week, so we're going to finish around Horton in Ribblesdale, and then we can catch the train back, and it all kind of works better than travelling up to Scotland and taking ages when you've only got a week. So that's what's going on. And we set off this morning. We were going to catch a really early train, like 20 to 7 in the morning, and we got to the railway station. I went to get my phone out of my pocket, it wasn't there. So fortunately I didn't panic, and I sort of thought, when I left home it was like about -3, and we've had a problem with the car. When it gets a bit freezing, the handbrake cable sticks and you have to lay under the car, manually push the handbrake off on the on one side to release it off the discs. And I thought, yeah, my phone fell out of my pocket near the flats, about 100 yards from where I live. So it was like, quick, go back home. And we're all sort of quiet in the car, hoping for the best. Gets to the road near where I live, and there's my phone at the side of the road in the gutter, face down. Fantastic. Back down the railway station, but we missed the train by 2 minutes. So then we had to buy new tickets, and you know, sort of about an hour later got into Edale at quarter to 10. So all's good. So we walked from Edale to Bleaklow. We're near that pole just next to the Pennine Way on Bleaklow, and we'll just be carrying on. We haven't really got any plans. We just got a week. We want to take it easy, enjoy it, try and enjoy ourselves, and obviously the weather makes all the difference. So that's what we're up to.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our 2 outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning on a new degree. Maybe that could happen when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
Black Hill. Where's the chuck wagon? We've made it to this road. And we want to know where the chuck wagon is. It's not here. Never mind. A couple of more miles, then we'll get the tents up.
Staying at home, turn off the phone, I will listen to you.
Well, that's the end of day 2. It's about 8 o'clock now, and we didn't get the tents up until 6, around 6 o'clock. It was getting dark. The last hour and a half's walking, we couldn't really find anywhere to pitch the tents. We got up to these 2 reservoirs. It's not a particularly nice site. They're very small old reservoirs, and I've had to use the water out of them, which is a bit not very nice, but I've got some good filters, so that's okay, and I boiled it well. It's a very tiring day today, quite hard work, from Bleaklow down to across the road and up over Black Hill, and then up to the road where the chuck wagon usually is, and past a couple of more reservoirs. It's been a lot of up and down and quite a tough day. Like I say, I think about 15 miles. Only the end of day 2. Feels like the end of day 5, to be honest. Maybe it's a bit cold. It's been cloudy today. It was lovely and sunny on Saturday. It'd be nice if it's sunny tomorrow. We can't complain. We're lucky we've got the dry weather. But tomorrow we might try and do a shorter day and get to the White House pub and possibly camp in an old quarry near there. We're not sure. And then have a meal and some pints in the pub and walk back to the tent. We definitely can't make it to Hebden Bridge. That's about 17 or 18 miles, so catch you in the morning. Morning, day 3, and see this little Pertex coat. I bought this probably 20 years ago in the Peak District. Mardale. I don't think the company's going anymore, just a small company started making a few Pertex things, and I wore this when I did the Pennine Way 19 years ago in 2005. I did the Pennine Way with my dad and a few friends, and this is the jacket I wore, so it's really nice to bring it again and give it another run out on this section of the Pennine Way. Good evening from the end of day 3 on the Pennine Way, and today we've got just past Stoodley Pike, where we camped in the corner of some open access land just say 500 metres from Stoodley Pike. And just below Stoodley Pike, actually on the Pennine Way, is a lovely little natural spring, and over time somebody's built a trough there, so it's easy to collect water from it. So we were lucky there, because I was feeling a little bit tired and ready to get a head down really. So we were at Stoodley Pike at 4, say we left there at 4:30, so we've probably got the tents pitched up at 5, and it's about 6:30 now. So today we'll walk from that little reservoir where we were camped last night. I'll put the name of that on the screen. Had a pretty good night's sleep actually last night, and nice and warm, although it was a little bit breezy. The temperature wasn't so bad, and it was a lovely flat pitch, and I had a really comfortable and quite a good full night's sleep. And we did around about 15 miles today. And after about 9 miles, we came across the White House Inn, a famous stopping point on the Pennine Way, and I remember it from the last time I did it. And so I had a couple of pints, nice couple of pints of Theakston's, and a steamed steak and mushroom pudding with chips and a huge portion of mushy peas. Now, I can't recommend that place enough. The staff in there were just so friendly. I never give tips, but I did put a small tip in the tips jar because they were just so helpful and so friendly. And then the walk to Stoodley Pike, it's a bit of a trudge really, along reservoir tracks and that. But anyway, we've made it another day, end of day 3, day 4 tomorrow, and apparently the sun is gonna shine. So I do have a couple of new bits of kit. I've got one of these bottles. Can you see that? I can't remember what make it is. It's a litre bottle. Oh, Hydra Pack, and it takes the those filters, and it's got a nice hoop here which I clip onto the strap of my rucksack. I'm really pleased with that. I like it. It's easier than struggling to get my water bottle out of my side pocket, and I put a band round there onto my rucksack strap to stop it wobbling about. And yeah, because the bottle that came with this filter developed a little pinhole, and I thought, well, what shall I do? So that's what I did. And then the other thing that I've got new is I bought the Featherlight 700 stove system, and although I like the burner a lot, I was struggling to light it with a match. So I've got these some sort of bushcraft outfit who do these little tins, got them off eBay, I think 2 for about £9.50, and they got like a bit of felt in, and you put your fuel in. As long as it's not flooded, I can use a ferrous rod, and the spark lands on the fuel-soaked felt, and it lights it really easy. So I've not bought any matches with me, and I'm using that, my little ferrous rod, and these, so they light a lot easier than the little stove that came with the Featherlight 700. But so we'll see how we get on with those. Well, yeah, that's what's new. Good morning. My boots. Can't even remember what bloody boots they are now, to be honest. Oh my God. Rocklight Pros. They're the new version. Bought them in the shop in Bakewell in Derbyshire, where they've got their outlet shop. And I've probably done about 7 days walking in them now, and I'm quite pleased with them. They've got a really wide fit and a thicker sole than my other lightweight walking boots, and so far so good on this trip. I'm quite pleased. I wouldn't trust them in wet weather or walking through deep water like I do my leather boots. But certainly for comfort and this cool weather, they might be a bit hot in the summer, but yeah, pretty good. And the other thing I was going to mention was having done this section of the Pennine Way, well, I've done the whole of the Pennine Way, but doing this section again 19 years later, I can't, all the little details, walking along the footpaths, the views, I just can't remember any of it at all, really. You just remember the odd little bit, like sitting outside the White House, drinking a pint and having a cob, or just going up to that tower on the hill there when you got there. Just some little bits you just kind of remember, but generally the miles and miles of plodding along, don't remember any of it at all. After 19 years, you think you would, wouldn't you? But, well, there you go. Anyway, back on the trail in a bit. The 4th day, we'll see how we get on. Hopefully a campsite tonight and have a shower. Thanks, Paul, for this rucksack. Bit of a narrow path for an old bugger like me. It's like they created all these fantastic things like this path and that bridge to serve a practical purpose, you know, all done by hand, hard labour. And yet they're so beautiful, and these little ways, and we don't create much stuff like that anymore. You just can't put your finger on it, but it's very romantic, isn't it? Beautiful. Mate, you got him all there? Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. They let me pass the hand-me roll. Well, there you go. Look at the robin on the mug. The mug I use at home has a robin on too. That's nice. That's the biggest flock of lapwings I've ever seen. Burning the heather. Don't seem to see that in the Peak District now, but obviously they still do it around here. Burning off the old heather so the new young growth can come through. To feed the grouse, of course. Yeah, we just took the shortcut to the campsite. Yeah, that's right, you know, the footpath that nobody uses and hasn't used for 100 years. Through the swamp and bog and reeds and over fences and... Anyway, we're nearly there. Oh, just had a bit of an accident. I was pushing my carbon pole through its sleeve and suddenly I just screamed. It felt like somebody had chopped my finger off, and it was a carbon splinter off the pole. It's gone quite deeply into my finger. I got some tweezers, so I tried to cut it open with my penknife to get it out, but I can't. So we've just wrapped it up, and so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 more days walking. we'll see. We'll just see how things develop, but bit of a shock, and you know, you don't know what to do next, but definitely tonight, hopefully the pole will hold up to the pub, a couple of pints, we're on a little campsite in a village. Well, after my episode with me my bad finger, things have not turned out too bad. Had a couple of pints of Black Sheep Smooth and Boonhaven whiskey, one of my favourites, and we're going to carry on tomorrow, day 5. We're in the Silent Inn tonight, fish and chips and a burger. Yep, so back to the cold tent in a bit. Good morning, day 5, and we've made a bit of a decision today. We're going to, it's Wednesday today, so we're going to get probably about 14 or 15 miles done today. Then Thursday, 5 or 6 miles into Gargrave, where we're going to finish the hike. So that'll be like 5.5, 6.5, well, whatever. Anyway, we started on Saturday. We'll be finishing on Thursday lunchtime and catching the train home. A few things have led to that decision. One is rain and windy all day, all night Thursday night and all day on Friday, but then back to the good weather. The other is part of my tent pole has fractured, and I just don't trust it, you know, if we camp somewhere and it collapses. And the other reason is, hold on, I need to get to the hospital to have the large piece of carbon removed from my finger. So hopefully I can do that on Friday or Saturday down at the A&E in Leicester. So on with day 5, and see you a bit later on.
If it's a really nice day, I would agree.
Yeah. Well, if it's too hot.
There's Gargrave now. Been five days walking.
That's a fair bit, isn't it?
That's enough. Well, we just left the pub in, I can't remember the name of the village anyway. Fantastic pub, had a burger each and a couple of pints, a Hetton, which is a great pint. And this afternoon the weather is just, it's like summer. Every walking day should be like this. But yeah, I found it difficult. It's a bit of a struggle, it's hard going. We've got about 8.5 miles into Gargrave. We're catching the train tomorrow morning at 10 to 11. I'll be home by 2:30, and Mark's going straight down to Cardiff. So and the rain's coming in tomorrow afternoon. So we just have to find somewhere to camp now, but oh, it's beautiful this afternoon. A real first taste of spring and summer. Busy road.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could.
Well, we're pitched in the corner of a horse setup. It's quite a big setup by the canal in this little village, and they use the lane along there by the canal. And this is like a horse field here, which, well, there's nothing going on. The gate's open. There's no horses in it, and we're in the corner in this little bit of woodland. And yeah, we've looked for somewhere for about the last 1.5 miles just before sunset to pitch, and almost given up. We're not too far outside Gargrave now, which we're catching the train from there in the morning at nearly 11 o'clock. But I think that'll be about the last of the horsey lot going by. It's nearly dark. Seen 2 big white owls hunting along the hedgerow over there. A pair, maybe there were barn owls. They look too big. I'm not hugely familiar with owls, but it's a really, really nice spot actually, as long as we don't get caught. Pheasant down there. Oh, he's ran off. There's a lot of wildlife around here. It's lovely. Bloody best evening of the year, I think. It seems so warm. Day 6 tomorrow, on the way home. This is night 5. Been quite hard going today, quite a tough walk today really. Yeah, I found it difficult, mostly my legs and my feet ache. Still though, it's fantastic. There's a quarry behind us, like it's all wooded, and it seems like there's a log man works in there, and he's got all his kit in there, and he's been burning some rubbish. Smells lovely. Smoke drifting across where we camped. Yeah, I'm just sitting watching the day come to a close, feeling the magic, all the creatures and all the plants just waiting to burst into life as spring comes. All the little birds getting ready to nest. Saw 2 boxing hares today across the field. That was fantastic. Yeah. Brilliant. Look at the geese, they're probably on the canal. Oh, did you hear that? An owl? Some thick woodlands over there. Fantastic night it is, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. This is my pillow. Look at that. Fantastic, isn't it? That's a pillow and a half, that is. But what's in it is my down coat and my down trousers, which these days I always bring with me at this time of year. And that's my pump sack. Oh, we're packing up. The last time on this trip, it's the morning of day 6, and we've got to be away within an hour. We're going to the cafe for a breakfast and then catching the train. I'll try and work out some stats and give you those later, like distances and where we camped and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm okay, Mark. I've been up half an hour. I'm slowly packing up. In summary, on the carbon pole fracture and the problem with my finger, well, I hope to get obviously I've not done anything about it yet, but I hope to get an aluminium pole replacement, because I definitely cannot go back to using carbon poles ever again. After that incident, it's just frightened me. So that's, go back to the aluminium. Oh yeah, the Thermarest Uberlight, a couple of baffles went on it. I sent it off to the UK people and they sent it back to be looked at, and about 2 weeks later I just got a brand new one in the post, so very happy with that. This is the 3rd Uberlight I've had now. I only bought one, so I thought they might send me something else so they stopped making this. These are my Innovate Rocklight boots, and yeah, of course they're supposed to be waterproof, but they never are. Getting a deep puddle and you feel like you've got damp feet, but I'm very pleased with them. The grip's good, they're comfortable, the sole's nice and thick, and for this time of year, definitely, yeah, as long as it's not too wet, I'm very happy with them. Nice and wide, comfortable, no blisters.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are
This is where it happened in 2005 on the Pennine Way with my dad and some pals. Wait till the cafe opens.
I'm going to go down the corridor.
Oh, alright. And, okay, I'll come down. And it was drizzling a bit, so a couple of us carried on up to Malham, but my dad and my brother jumped on the bus up to Malham instead, so we missed that bit out. So when the march starts again, we'll be doing it from here, and I'll be filling in the gap, so to speak.
This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon and the far.
This section of the Pennine Way done in glorious weather, and I look forward to returning next time with Mark.
Out the window of this car, and when I feel the wind on my